Hey Aries, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing your love and separation read for the first half of June. I sure appreciate you guys. Thank you for the 1.9 thousand views for last month. Mercury retrograde in effect. You guys know the drill with that. It is what you make it. So let's see what we got for love for Aries for June. Incoming offer for some of you. Okay, so somebody took a pause. They're off a break now. They were experiencing some life-changing things. They were dealing with some inner childhood issues that normally lends to the idea of dark night of the soul, shadow work, you name it. All twin flame themes. This person may be a writer. Yeah, and leaving a karmic partner behind, a perception change. So, all right then, let's see what we got going on for you guys. See what's going on with your partner. Either you or they look like you've been through something here. So, lots of shadow work, lots and lots of changing of thought processes. Somebody may have been in a traditional relationship, a marriage maybe. Okay, so thoughts of you linger in their mind. Even when they're surrounded by 1,000 million people, they're still sad because they are thinking of you. Thinking of you. You're on their mind. So they're thinking of stability with you, the happy family with you. It's a loss, a feeling of loss here. They want to put in the work to move forward despite challenges. And they're making the decision to bring an offer of love to bring a happy ending, right? So you could be dealing with a lot of Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So let's see what's going on with you. You freed yourself from this. It took a lot to free yourself from a thought process. Okay, so this may be you going through some spiritual awakenings and doing some spiritual work here. It took a lot of courage for you to free yourself from something. Sadness, loss. You might have had to cut somebody off. I think you had to leave this person behind, Aries. You had to leave this person behind to protect your family, to protect your children. And over here, we have someone experiencing a loss of family, a loss of connection and commitment. So this may have been you leaving this person. You had to make a transformation because you're a mom. Some of you are a mom, you're a wife, you're whatever. But you had to make the choice between this person and your abundance and your life moving forward. And you made the decision. You put the brakes on this situation. This person may have had an alcohol or drug addiction, and you had to kind of say, look, I've got to protect my family. I've got to get out of this toxicity, and I've got to leave you over here until you work it out. And it looks like that's what you have been doing here. Let's see what the blocks are for your partner. They want to come back, though, and fix it. Of course, you know, they've got to deal with their issues before they can truly fix it. Okay, so the block is finding their own happiness and being transparent with you, or being transparent, period. They have a problem with that, right? Because they're hiding. They want to come forward and have a new beginning and have a new offer to you. They want to make their apologies to you. So let's see what prevents them from doing that. What prevents them? Let's see. Themselves and their own truth, their own self-sabotage. So let's see what the blocks are for you. Aries, you're having a hard time maintaining your balance moving forward, but you're working on it. We're putting that in the upright because that's where we want it to go. You're having a hard time. You had to put the brakes on something. You had to make some hard calls. You're just trying to keep your head above water moving forward right now. So balance is hard to maintain. Keep focusing on that. You're trying to move forward in your healing. You're not quite there yet. I think some of you may be finding some healing and some happiness in creative endeavors. You may be a small business owner, or you may be trying to get into that. You may be trying to bring some of your passion to the forefront. I think you're trying to take it day by day. Yeah, you're playing chess. You're trying to avoid toxic control. You're trying to avoid being toxic yourself. This is Aries and Taurus energy. You could be dealing with Capricorn, Aries, Scorpio, Virgo. So you're trying to go about things logically and strategically and purposefully. You feel like that's a way to overcome this toxicity, or to maintain your balance, or to feel normal and like you're not spinning out of control if you're able to maintain some routine, some control. And I think that's a good step forward, right? For your own life, for your own self, right? Let's see, the blocks between the two of you is moving away from bad things to better things. There might be a distance. You may have moved out, or they may have moved out. Going toward new beginnings. Trying to have new beginnings amidst the confusion. Let's see what this moon is. Cancer's here. There may be some distance between the two of you now, that things have become Splitville. Yeah, you want to communicate with them about the kids, or you want to communicate with them, for those of you who don't have children, about this newness. I think you want to throw them a bone, right? But you're afraid to do that because you're trying to maintain your balance, and you feel like if you throw them a bone, they're going to throw a rock through your window, or they're going to knock you off your track, or whatever. And so you're debating about communication and balance. Should I communicate with them? Should I allow them to communicate with me? Is this affect my way forward? Is this a good strategic move? Does this help me maintain my balance? All of that. So let's see how they're feeling about you. I think you're also reminiscing, They want to move forward. They want to communicate that they want to make future plans. They want to put Humpty Dumpty back together again, right? They want to move forward with you. Also, this could be about a new life, a new beginning, and a new place that they want to explore with you, but they're not communicating with you right now. They also are trying to be strategic about some things here, but maybe not in the way you are. It looks like to me they've had to go into some sort of a program here to help with these issues that they have up here. And they may be getting good advice from someone who's helping them navigate over the loss and trauma of the situation. I don't see that another woman at this time is in the picture. But they're having a hard time moving forward here with what makes them happy. They don't know what makes them happy because they're having to rediscover themselves after a period of time in which they were self-destructing. So they're not actually focused on romance, and they're not bringing any romance right now. But they're reliving this breakup over and over in their mind as well. Kind of like when you said, hey, pack your shit and get out or whatever. They are reliving that in their mind, replaying it. So just remember that. Let's see what they're thinking. They're thinking about all of the conflict. They want to move past the fighting in the relationship. You see, they don't want any of this anymore, especially in front of kids. They don't want any of that anymore. They want you to be able to move past the difficulties, no matter what they are. They want this victory here. They want to overcome the toxicity in the relationship. They know, I think, that they played you short a little bit, right? They were kind of not honest about their activities with you. You know, sneaking out in the middle of the night, or while they were self-destructing in their addictive behavior or whatever, you know, who knows where they were waking up at, or something to do with this, sneaking out, kind of like shooting out, ghosting out. Mostly not being honest with you about how they were really doing. They know this affected the relationship, and this brought the lack in the relationship. So they're carrying that burden right now about the destruction of the marriage or relationship. And they want to come gush out to you. They want to come tell you, but they're sitting here kind of like, should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I reach out and contact? They jump back and forth about knowing about what their issue was here, taking responsibility for their issues. They jump back and forth between that and look at what place she left me in, or he left me in, right? So it's kind of a back and forth kind of deal. Let's see what their intention is with you. They want this with you again, this Two of Cups. They want you to agree to come back together in relationship. That's their wish fulfillment. Is the Lovers, is the bonding time with you, the happy times. They want that back. And they feel like they're running out of time. They're trying to learn to make good choices. They're trying to let go of the toxic, of the replaying the breakup. They have a lot of codependency issues, okay? They're trying to work on that. They're trying to overcome mental health issues. When I say mental health issues, I mean anxiety, codependency, addictive personality. It looks like here they're not blocking out communication with you. They're just not initiating it because they feel like they're going to be met with this character here. You know, look what she destroyed. So they're trying to keep their head down and focus on maintaining a daily routine. They're trying to keep their head down and focus on positive things in their life. They're using work maybe as a distraction against this self-destruct. And they're not engaging sexually with anyone right now. They're not engaging in any kind of risky behavior right now. They have to learn to leave a set of people behind that may have encouraged the excesses. There's also something here about a grandmother. They wish they could talk to their grandma again or their mother. Something happened with this particular feminine energy in their life that sort of promoted a self-destruct pattern. Loss of this person made them spiral out. They wish they could go back to a simpler time, back to their grandma's house, right? Before they became jaded and shady and filled with, all of these excesses. Yeah, they're thinking about their childhood past and relationships in their childhood, especially a relationship with their mother. Their grandmother may have been very, very, or an aunt or somebody like that may have been very, very important in their life when they were a child growing up. And then when this person either died or something happened with that relationship, they were left with this mother that they was not grounded, was not good with money, was not wise. The mother, I don't know why it's telling me this, but I'm just going to say it. The mother was trying to be very different from the grandmother. The grandmother was home and hearth and maybe old remedies, things like that. Mother tried to be very different from her and ended up not being a grounded person, not being able to kind of have a little bit of common sense. So he places a judgment on that issue. So there's triggers here with mother, grandmother, aunt, whatever feminine energies in this person's life. Trying to close out that cycle and move forward. He's trying to put the brakes on and put that situation to bed. Also protection of self. So this person may have a hard time with you getting close to them. They don't want to talk about divorce or breaking up. They want to pretend like that was a catalyst for their recovery and that's it. When I get out of here, when I get my shit together, we're going to be back together. Everything's going to be fine. I don't want to talk about this possibility because they can't face that possibility. And so they're trying to stop juggling and trying to envision a new opportunity, a new way of life, a new way of being. My goodness. And that's the deck on that. So let's see what they want to say to you. I'm resisting my desire for you because it's too late now. We've grown apart and you've moved on. Well, that's what the negative self-talk is happening in there. Instead of saying, I really fucked this up and I need to get a hold of my addiction. I need to get a hold of my stuff over here. I need to find out a new way of living without this self-destructive behavior. They are trying to get there. They're not there yet, I don't think. So this is more kind of self-loathing talk, right? I miss your beautiful smile and joyous laugh. They used to light up my world. So I get the feeling that maybe there's a reminder, something in you that reminds them of that special person in their life that they bonded with and attached to early. And you kind of maybe hold a spark of that for them. I hid my true self from you because you challenged me to expand. Yeah, so I went deeper into self-destructive behavior because you challenged me to kind of figure out what was wrong and I wasn't ready to face it. Our relationship was different and special. Other people didn't understand it. Okay, well, maybe there were outside influences. Let's see what their next move's going to be. Maintaining balance is a big one. They're trying to maintain some balance. They're being forced to bring things up and to face things that they don't want to face, so they're trying to be complacent about it and guarded about it. They may reach out to you with some simple type of communication, having faith that if they express how they feel, or if they're sorry or sorrows or apologies or whatever, that you'll accept that. It's way beyond that. But they are hoping that they can build up a rapport with you, or they can, over time, they can fix this and you guys can kind of get back to where you were, slowly but surely. Let's see how they feel about you in the bedroom. Well, they like your spice, Aries. I mean, of course they do. They like the games, the game playing. They feel like you healed them. You healed them, but you can't really heal them, right? But they feel like you do. A good match in the bedroom. They like to be in control, but there's a duality with them as far as sexual sex goes that you may not have been aware of until it was too late, okay? A duality as far as maybe a sex addiction or something like that, right? Let's see what a final outcome is. Aries, here you are continuing to try to maintain the balance. You're not really looking forward to the future. You're kind of working up the courage to have this new life, right? I think you're in defensive mode right now and you're kind of saying, stay over there. I need to get over this stuff right now. Closing out the cycle of toxicity. So you're putting on the brakes to this self-destructive behavior. And that's why you told them, hey, hit the bricks. You're lamenting over the loss of this relationship too, and you've placed a judgment on it that you're going to move forward no matter what, with or without them, healthy or unhealthy. Unhealthy can stay over there. You're going to be absolutely transparent with them about your role in this situation. You are not holding back from your own abundance. You're not going to put anyone through this anymore. You want them to apologize to you or make amends in some way, take responsibility for their behavior because you're trying to stay grounded. Your mom, your wife, some of you, you're trying to run a business perhaps. Again, this business thing keeps coming up. And you want to talk to them about happiness and the kids and the romance and all of that, but you're moving away from issues regarding the relationship because you feel like, this is what you want, is this intimate contact with them, and you want them to be healthy and happy. So I think eventually, if they continue with their work, this can be repaired. If they continue with their work and you're willing, it can be repaired. But they have to get grounded and make good choices moving forward. So let's kind of see what they're not telling you. Depending on what happened, of course, I'm not in your life, and I don't know every single detail, but depending on what happened with the situation. You're waiting for an apology, yes. You can't come where I'm going. That's what the both of you are saying to each other. They've got to go take care of their problems, and you've got to do some repairs and some damage control and bring stability, right? Sometimes I hear your voice in my head. Yeah, sure they do. Thank you for leaving me. Okay. So here's where this kind of ties in. Thank you for leaving me because that was a catalyst to my recovery. Thank you for leaving me because that was a catalyst and that was the jolt I needed to take a cold hard look at what was going on. I took the easy way out. I don't know how to let you go for now. I was careless with you. I want to tell you so many things. And right now, you're not right for each other because they've got some work they need to do. What did you want from me? Well, what did they want from themselves? I know I made a mistake. And there you have it. Let's see what you don't see coming. Holding on, putting in the work, you don't see that coming. Again, fairness in the commitment, transparency in what his role is or her role, communication, incoming small offer. Again, he's afraid he's going to meet the Queen of Swords, which is the chunk. He wants to move forward, children. That's what's on his or her mind. Wife, children. Some of you may be carrying, it's maybe pregnant now. Yeah, just basically putting down the conflict and moving forward. Let's see what this High Priestess is. What you don't see coming is that I think they're going to really give it a good shot to try to make this work and fix themselves. Yeah, they're going to make an offer. I've seen the light. I've seen the light. Can we fix this situation? You know, I've seen the light. Can we fix it? I think you fully anticipate them to just not do anything that they need to do. What's the attraction? Let's see. Whoop. Okay. Transformation. Maybe you transformed their life at a time in which they needed you to do it, and so instead of understanding that they had to save themselves, they felt like you were the savior. You changed their life. I think you brought balance to their chaos. You were a new opportunity to them in a bad time in their life. You helped them move forward. You helped them see a deeper meaning in life. You were their wish fulfillment. So that was the attraction. What do they need to confess to you? Let's see. That they want to put on the brakes right now too. They don't want to move forward right now either because they're not capable. They're not blocking this out. The love is still there. You know, the idea of knowing that they screwed a commitment up is still there. But they've got to get healthy. So they're going to say they know, you know, that they need to get right. And I think that they're going to try to fish around about if they do, can they come home? And make this a happy family again. Can they move forward? So what they need to confess to you, is that where we're at? What they need to confess to you is that they have the desire to make it right and come home again. And are you going to be willing to accept that? Is this lust or love? What are they going to do? Let's look at that. What are they going to do? We'll go back to the other. Okay, they're going to try to get balance. They're going to try to get right. They're going to try to start trying to get their balance back so they can put this back together again. That's what they're going to do. What is the weakness in this situation? What is their weakness here? Okay, their weakness is, okay, because they do self-destruct and because they've trauma or because they've been hurt as a child or whatever, they have a tendency to want to strike you before you have the ability to strike them. So that's what they have to overcome, a little bit of paranoia. So they want to hurt before they get hurt. So the weakness is they, number one, they're reactive. Number two, they're very sensitive. And they probably are a person who watch patterns and behaviors of people in order to determine if they're safe or not. And if something isn't adding up to them, boom, they get before they get got. Right? So just bear that in mind. So even though I know there's probably been loads and loads and loads of unconditional love and consistency and whatever in this situation, that's the only way you can combat this with somebody. But even the best people have their breaking point, right? So don't forget that you have to take care of yourself first, your own cup, right? Let's see, should you let go or move forward? Let go or hold on, sorry. This is reconciliation, but there will be no reconciliation and thought process if there will be no reconciliation if the thought process for this relationship is not about balance and harmony and recovery. If there's no recovery, no. If there is recovery, yes. All right, so lust or love. I think it's love, but for the sake of the read, we'll ask. Strength, commitment, apologies. Moving towards something better, getting past something. So, yes, love. Strength and commitment. That's what this is about. But being strong doesn't mean staying in bad situations. Being strong means sometimes you got to make a hard choice about, kind of moving forward with your own healthy life. Okay, so let's get one card for the state of the relationship. And here we go. Judgment. Somebody wants to bring something back to life. Emperor wants to bring back to life the relationship and themselves, probably. Okay, so let's see. Let's get one card for the state of the love of the relationship. Five of Cups. Right now, there's a hell of a lot of conflict. Drinking or other excesses. Walking away from something that no longer serves you. That's the state of the relationship. That's what you've done. Trying to get past the past. Walking away because it's unhealthy. Tough love. Having to make a call that, I love you, but I can't live with you. Not in this state, right? So that's kind of the state of the love in the relationship, is that, yes, I love you, but I can't live with you in this state of the relationship because you're starting to wear me down. So let's see, is there going to be new love for Aries? Let's take a look. Right now, you're kind of getting over some stuff, some burdens. You're waiting on an apology from somebody. Yeah, I mean, you're looking for your own wish fulfillment. You're kind of single right now, right? Communication isn't that great right now. You don't feel like communicating with people. You're overcoming, there's a lot of toxic stuff happening. There is going to be a new opportunity, perhaps with another fire sign, maybe younger than you. You're not going to move forward with that, though. You've got your own stuff going on. So I don't see new love right now. I just kind of see you overcoming. I see you going from tower moment to happiness. I think you're focused on current relationship and making that work without the deception, without the lies. You're not ready to interact with people yet on that level. So let's get some love cards on it and see what they have to say. All right, we'll take those. Might as well. These are topsy-turvy. New beginning. A new adventure awaits. Okay. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. This is you. Peace, a time of peace and reparation and healing. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. Yeah, they can if you don't handle them, right? In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. And so you're going to be doing a lot of healing right now. So they're doing their healing, you're doing your healing. Trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. Romance. Cupid's arrow strikes. So I think the love in this situation is going to be re-upped, right? But it's going to be a long road. Going to be a little bit of a long road here. Okay. So the embers sort of are still there here, right? But they've been damaged. So they will spark again after healing comes. But if this person is not serious about their recovery or fixing how they behave, there's nothing that you can do. And you just have to love them from a distance, you know? Sacrifice. I think you've done quite a lot of that, right? Sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Cutting away all that needs to go. So in order to get healthy and happy, and for those of you who have children out there, to maintain stability and happiness for the kids, you had to cut this person out. You had to say, hey, you got to go. I love you, but you got to go. Cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love of self. Acceptance. Radical acceptance in the now opens the flow. So you got to accept what's happened. Deal with the baggage that comes with that and the trauma and the healing. And accept this person and see them for who they truly are right now. Knowing that they are sick and they need help. Extraordinary. There's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. Yeah, so I think this is falling back in love with yourself and remembering who you were before you were running around putting out fires, right? That takes a lot out of somebody. Having to put somebody's fires out all the time. It ain't no fun. Spaciousness. Sometimes we need to make some space so we can get clear. What do I no longer need? Help me, God, to release whatever people, places, or things that drain my vital essence. Show me what will fill me with enthusiasm and joy. You coming back to yourself. Amen to that. Okay. Give me one more advice card for Aries. Tough cycle approaches. It's time to take action, New Moon and Aries, which you've done that. A time to give rather than take to yourself. Not to this anymore, to yourself. You and your loved ones are safe. You're safe. You're out of the woods. You know, now you can decompress. Conclusions are within reach. So you did the right thing. Okay, you did the right thing. So, Aries, that's what I have for you, and I'll see you guys soon.